Chapter 1. Eva navigated the crowded aisles of the plane, searching for her seat amidst the flurry of passengers. As she settled into her spot, the hum of the aircraft provided a moment of reflection. Her mind drifted back to the tumultuous memories of her past relationship, the very reason she was now embarking on this journey from Philadelphia to California. Touching down at Ontario International Airport, Eva was warmly greeted by her tia and tios, who eagerly helped her with her belongings. They whisked her away to their residence in the upscale Riverside city, a picturesque start to her new chapter. The following day marked the beginning of Eva's university journey, courtesy of the curriculum her tia had arranged for her. Eager to immerse herself in this fresh start, Eva decided to attend the school's pep rally basketball game. Little did she know, this decision would set the stage for unexpected encounters. As the game concluded and Eva made her way out of the gym, she found herself approached by Hector, a member of the basketball team and a friend of her family. Sparking a conversation with a sense of familiarity in the midst of the bustling crowd. This chance encounter would prove to be the first of many unexpected twists in her California adventure. The next day found Eva nestled in the peaceful ambience of the campus, indulging in a book under the comforting shade between classes. Suddenly, her attention was captivated by the rhythmic flow of a rap cipher in session nearby. Drawn in by the infectious energy, she found herself nodding along to the beats like the rest of the small audience, momentarily transported by the raw talent on display. During a casual lunch at the cafeteria later that day, Eva was approached by Young, one of the participants in the earlier rap cipher. Their encounter was marked by light-hearted conversation and a spontaneous exchange of Snapchat details, bridging the gap between strangers and igniting the spark of a newfound connection. Chapter 2. Hector hails from a privileged background, with deep roots in a family that commands influence and resources. His uncle holds a significant position overseeing the distribution of narcotics in the Inland Empire, a facade for the operations of Southside Records. Amidst the vibrant atmosphere of a family barbecue hosted at Hector's lavish residence, Eva finds herself in the company of her own kin. As laughter and chatter fill the air, it's evident that both families are relishing the joyous occasion, though underlying tensions simmer beneath the surface, obscured by the facade of conviviality. For Eva's uncle and Hector's uncle, it's merely another day of conducting business as usual, their dealings discreetly hidden behind a veil of familial camaraderie. In the wake of the barbecue, both families make plans to attend Hector's upcoming basketball game, a gesture of support and solidarity. As the game unfolds on the court, amidst the cheers and applause, Eva and Hector find a moment to exchange words away from the prying eyes and ears of family and friends. With a sense of resolve, Eva delicately sets boundaries for their burgeoning friendship, emphasizing the importance of maintaining a platonic connection devoid of any romantic entanglements. Chapter 3. Under the cloak of the night, Young extends a compelling invitation to Eva, enticing her to delve into the pulsating heart of the local hip-hop scene. They traverse through the city's neon-lit streets, alive with the rhythm of the urban beat, and arrive at the threshold of a renowned hip-hop club. Within the dimly lit confines of the club, Young seizes the spotlight, his presence commanding as he takes hold of the mic, delivering a lyrical onslaught in a heated battle rap session that ignites the fervor of the crowd. Eva stands amidst the throng, enveloped in the electric atmosphere, witnessing the raw passion and skill unfold before her eyes. As the night progresses, they venture further into the tapestry of the city's music scene, finding themselves at the doorstep of the legendary Greenwood Studios, a sanctuary for burgeoning artists like Young. Inside, the studio pulsates with life, teeming with a kaleidoscope of musicians, from local talents to YouTube sensations, all immersed in the creative process. Eva's senses are inundated as she immerses herself in the vibrant tapestry of studio life, the air thick with the scent of smoke and the clinking of glasses. She finds herself swept up in the energy of the moment, eagerly capturing snapshots and collecting autographs from the eclectic array of artists present. Amidst the creative fervor, tensions simmer beneath the surface as discussions and diss tracks aimed at the rival record label Southside reverberate throughout the studio. Sensing Eva's apprehension, Young takes a moment to elucidate the underlying animosities and rivalries that underscore the underground rap scene within the Inland Empire, shedding light on the intricate dynamics at play within the local music landscape. Chapter 4. Amidst the echoing cheers and palpable excitement of the college basketball game, Eva and her two cousins find themselves perched in the bleachers, eagerly soaking in the electric atmosphere. The stadium pulses with energy as the players maneuver across the court, each move met with thunderous applause from the fervent crowd. Suddenly, a ripple of anticipation courses through the air as Greenwood Records makes a grand entrance, their presence announced with a flourish of fanfare. Young, accompanied by fellow Greenwood artists, strides into the arena, their mere presence electrifying the atmosphere. In a whirlwind of frenzy, fans surge forward, clamoring for selfies and autographs, their excitement palpable as they jostle for a moment of proximity with their idols. The aisles erupt into chaos as spectators spill onto the court, their eagerness unabated in the presence of their musical icons. Meanwhile, the local media descends upon the scene like a flock of eager vultures, their cameras poised to capture every moment of the spectacle. Interviews are conducted amidst the cacophony of cheers and applause, as members of Greenwood Records bask in the spotlight, their star power undeniable. As the final buzzer sounds and the game draws to a close, Eva, Hector, and her cousins navigate through the throngs of departing spectators, the echoes of the game still reverberating in their ears. Amidst the commotion, Hector recounts the tumultuous events of the evening, highlighting the impact of Greenwood's presence on his family's reputation amidst the ongoing rap feud with Southside Records. Chapter 5. Amidst the bustling ambience of the school's bustling dining hall, Eva finds herself engrossed in a book, the pages turning with each passing moment. The room hums with activity as students chatter animatedly, the clinking of utensils against plates forming a rhythmic backdrop. Suddenly, a familiar figure catches Eva's eye from across the room. Young, exuding a casual confidence, strides towards her, his presence commanding attention as he navigates through the sea of tables and chairs. With a warm smile, he joins Eva at her table, the anticipation palpable as they engage in conversation. As the minutes slip away, an impromptu decision takes hold, and Eva and Young find themselves embarking on a leisurely stroll through the campus grounds. The sun casts a warm glow upon the university's botanical garden, its vibrant hues and fragrant blooms painting a picturesque scene. Amidst the tranquil beauty of nature, Eva and Young find themselves drawn together, the air alive with an undeniable chemistry. In a moment of spontaneity, they share a tender kiss, the warmth of the sun enveloping them in its embrace. With the promise of future rendezvous lingering in the air, Eva and Young reluctantly part ways, their minds filled with anticipation for the night ahead. Later, as evening descends upon the city, a sleek car pulls up to Young's apartment, signaling the arrival of a Greenwood associate. Mike Flex, a familiar face in Young's world, emerges from the vehicle, his demeanor exuding an air of familiarity and camaraderie. As they engage in conversation, their words punctuated by laughter and shared memories, the night unfolds with the promise of new adventures and unexpected twists. Chapter 6. As the sun begins its descent, casting a golden hue over the picturesque estates of Riverside, Young's sleek car glides up the winding driveway to Eva's prearranged spot. The gentle purr of the engine fills the air as Young steps out, anticipation coursing through his veins. With a charming smile, he approaches Eva's doorstep, ready to whisk her away on an evening of adventure. With Eva by his side, Young sets off, the cityscape unfolding before them like a vibrant tapestry. He guides her through the winding streets, pointing out hidden gems and iconic landmarks that paint the rich tapestry of Riverside's history and culture. Their journey leads them to the revered halls of the Greenwood Studios, where the pulsating rhythm of creativity fills the air. Surrounded by a whirlwind of activity, Eva and Young immerse themselves in the vibrant energy of the studio, mingling with fellow artists and soaking in the electrifying atmosphere. After indulging in another exhilarating recording session and capturing countless memories with selfies and autographs, Young ushers Eva into the heart of the city's nightlife. The club beckons with promises of music and revelry, its neon lights casting a hypnotic glow over the bustling streets. With effortless charm, Young leads Eva past the velvet ropes, bypassing security with a wink and a nod. they step into the exclusive VIP section, where the pulsating beat of the music washes over them like a tidal wave of euphoria. Surrounded by the city's elite, they mingle with major hip-hop artist Corrupt and the Dog Pound, their laughter mingling with the rhythm of the music. Despite the allure of excess, Young and Eva remain grounded, savoring the moment with a sense of gratitude and humility. As the night draws to a close, they find themselves back at their prearranged spot, the air thick with the sweet scent of nostalgia and anticipation. With a lingering embrace and a tender kiss goodnight, they bid farewell to the night, their hearts filled with the promise of many more adventures to come. In the opulent surroundings of her uncle's lavish estate, Eva finds herself seated at the ornate dining table, surrounded by the warm glow of candlelight and the soft rustle of fine linens. The room itself is a masterpiece of elegance, with intricately carved wooden furniture and gleaming chandeliers casting shimmering patterns across the walls. As the family gathers for supper, the air is filled with the tantalizing aroma of freshly prepared dishes, each one a culinary masterpiece crafted by the skilled hands of the household chef. Eva's Tia Waitio, along with her cousins, exude an air of sophistication as they engage in lively conversation, their laughter mingling with the clink of silverware and crystal glasses. At the head of the table sits Eva's uncle, the district attorney, his commanding presence casting a shadow over the proceedings. With furrowed brow, he delves into the details of his latest case against Greenwood Records, his voice carrying the weight of authority as he expounds on the perceived dangers of the music industry. Unbeknownst to him, his own children, typical teenagers lost in the digital landscape of their smartphones, offer a silent rebuttal to his arguments as they remain engrossed in their own world of music and social media. Their actions serve as a stark reminder of the generational divide that permeates the dinner table, highlighting the complexities of familial dynamics in the modern age. As tensions threaten to escalate, Eva's Tia steps in with a deft hand, redirecting the conversation towards a more lighthearted topic. Yet, just as the atmosphere begins to ease, the doorbell rings, signaling an unexpected visitor. With a graceful flourish, the butler ushers Hector into the dining room, his easy charm and disarming smile instantly capturing Eva's attention. Despite the formality of the occasion, light banter fills the air as Hector's true purpose becomes clear: to whisk Eva away to a frat party on campus, where the allure of youth and spontaneity beckons amidst the backdrop of academia. Entering the pulsating hall party hosted by Southside Records, Eva is immediately engulfed in a whirlwind of sights and sounds. The stage is ablaze with a live performance, the pounding bass reverberating through the crowded space as colorful lights dance overhead. A haze of weed smoke hangs in the air, mingling with the scent of alcohol that permeates the room, and red cups litter every available surface. Despite the electric atmosphere, Eva navigates the chaos with a sense of caution, her senses keenly attuned to the dangers lurking in the shadows. Beside her, Hector moves with reckless abandon, his laughter ringing out amidst the cacophony as he indulges in the offerings of the night. As rap acts take the stage, the crowd erupts into a frenzy of excitement, their cheers and applause punctuated by the occasional roar of approval. Meanwhile, Hector seizes the opportunity to ply Eva with alcohol, his intentions veiled beneath the guise of camaraderie. Unbeknownst to Eva, Hector's jovial demeanor conceals a darker agenda, his actions driven by a desire to exert control over the situation. With deft sleight of hand, he surreptitiously slips a pill into Eva's drink, a dangerous gamble in a sea of unknown substances. Yet Eva, ever vigilant, remains acutely aware of her surroundings, her instincts honed by a lifetime of navigating treacherous waters. Sensing the danger, she discreetly spits the pill into a nearby beer bottle, her resolve unyielding in the face of temptation. As the night wears on, Eva finds herself cornered in Hector's car, the dim glow of streetlights casting long shadows across the vehicle's interior. In a moment of desperation, Hector makes his move, his advances met with fierce resistance from Eva. The struggle that ensues is fraught with tension, Hector's inebriated state lending a dangerous edge to the encounter. In the heat of the moment, Eva's shirt is torn, a stark reminder of the violence lurking beneath the surface. Ashamed of his actions, Hector slinks away into the night, leaving Eva alone with the remnants of their confrontation. With a heavy heart, she agrees to keep their encounter a secret, her silence a fragile barrier against the storm brewing on the horizon. Chapter 9. As the days trickle by like the slow descent of autumn leaves, Eva finds herself seated at a picturesque outdoor cafe nestled within the heart of the university campus. The gentle murmur of students passing by, coupled with the distant chirping of birds, creates a serene ambience as she engages in animated conversation with Young over a delectable spread of culinary delights. Amidst the tranquil setting, they eagerly discuss the array of social gatherings and exclusive events they've been graciously invited to later in the week. With each detail meticulously laid out between bites of savory cuisine, they weave a tapestry of anticipation, their excitement palpable in the air like an electric current. Later that same day, as the sun begins its lazy descent beyond the horizon, casting long shadows across the sprawling cityscape, Young finds himself ensconced within the hallowed halls of Greenwood Studios. The atmosphere within is suffused with a somber intensity, the air heavy with the weight of unspoken words and unresolved tensions. In the dimly lit confines of the studio, Young engages in a solemn tête-à-tête with Trife Sick, a revered figure within the rap community whose sage advice serves as a beacon of guidance amidst the tumult of the music industry. Their conversation ebbs and flows like the gentle rhythm of a nocturnal symphony, punctuated by moments of introspection and candid reflection. Beyond the confines of music production and artistic expression, their discourse ventures into the realm of personal matters, with Eva's name lingering like a spectral presence in the air between them. Amidst discussions of upcoming business meetings and the rigors of academic pursuits, they grapple with the delicate balance between ambition and obligation, their words laced with a sense of earnestness and determination. Chapter 10. Tonight unfolds with an air of anticipation as Young, accompanied by his cousin and a female companion, embarks on a journey to Riverside Estates to rendezvous with Eva for a night of revelry. As they pull up to Eva's residence in the imposing Greenwood excursion, greetings abound, exchanged with fervent enthusiasm as Eva and her cousins eagerly pile into the vehicle, their fervent admiration for Greenwood records palpable in the air. Their destination, Carlos O'Brien's, a renowned local haunt in San Bernardino favored by burgeoning artists and aspiring talents alike. Amidst the laughter and camaraderie that permeate the vehicle, Young's phone chimes softly, a fleeting interruption easily dismissed amidst the jovial atmosphere that envelopes them. Finding a prime parking spot adjacent to the event, the group disembarks, their spirits buoyed by the promise of an unforgettable evening. In the cloak of darkness, Young's cousin, D. Knox, discreetly passes him a gleaming silver 9mm, a clandestine exchange that does not escape Eva's notice, though she chooses to avert her gaze, opting instead to immerse herself in the excitement of the moment. Entering the pulsating confines of the club, Young effortlessly leverages his Greenwood celebrity status to circumvent security, leading his entourage through the throng of patrons and into the heart of the festivities. The venue pulsates with an electric energy, a kaleidoscope of diverse faces and frenetic activity. As Southside Records makes their presence known on stage, Hector, among their ranks, catches sight of Eva amidst the sea of revelers, his gaze lingering momentarily before being drawn back to the unfolding spectacle. The atmosphere crackles with anticipation as Southside launches into a blistering performance, the crowd enraptured by their undeniable stage presence. However, the fervor reaches a crescendo when the house DJ unwittingly ignites tensions by offering an unsolicited shout-out to Young and Greenwood Records in the midst of a Southside anthem. A palpable tension pervades the air as the DJ's innocuous gesture sparks a confrontation between Southside MCs and the club's resident disc jockey. Swept up in the fervent fervor of the moment, Eva urges Young to seize the spotlight and perform for his adoring fans. Sensing the brewing storm, Young embraces the challenge, stepping onto the stage to engage in an impromptu freestyle battle. As verbal jabs are exchanged and egos collide, the tension escalates, culminating in a tumultuous shoving match that ignites a maelstrom of chaos within the club. Amidst the cacophony of voices and the frenzied melee, a single gunshot reverberates through the air, sending shockwaves rippling through the crowd. In the ensuing pandemonium, Young and D. Knox locate their girlfriends, huddled against the wall, while Hector, a silent observer amidst the chaos, watches as they vanish into the night, consumed by the darkness that cloaks their hasty retreat. Chapter 11. Tragically, the vibrant pulse of the club was abruptly silenced by the loss of a Southside associate that fateful night. As the party came to an abrupt end, the arrival of law enforcement cast a somber shadow over the scene. Nightclub patrons, their faces etched with grief, huddled together in tearful embraces, seeking solace amidst the chaos that unfolded around them. The steady hum of police radios filled the air as officers moved swiftly to secure the scene, their grim expressions betraying the gravity of the situation at hand. Meanwhile, in the opulent corridors of a swanky hotel, Mike Flex and Pisto Pop paced anxiously, their footsteps echoing in the quietude of the night. With each unanswered call and text to Young's phone, their concern deepened, their worry palpable in the tense atmosphere that surrounded them. Across town, at the prestigious headquarters of Greenwood Records, preparations were underway for a momentous event, the surprise revelation of Young's forthcoming record release date by none other than the esteemed CEO, Show Off. Later that evening, amidst the subdued ambience of a secluded lounge, Mike Flex, Pisto Pop, and Show Off convened for a private discussion. Soft strains of music wafted through the air, mingling with the heady aroma of cigar smoke as they delved into the intricacies of Young's absence, the specter of looming legal troubles, and the shadow cast by the relentless pursuit of District Attorney Luis Hernandez. Despite the weight of their concerns, Show Off's reassurances brought a measure of comfort, his unwavering confidence a testament to their enduring bond forged through years of shared trials and triumphs. As the night wore on, Show Off bid his companions farewell, his departure marking the end of an evening fraught with uncertainty and tension. With a heavy heart, he embarked on his journey back to Atlanta, leaving behind a lingering sense of apprehension and an uncertain future for Greenwood Records and its embattled roster of artists. Chapter 12. The following day unfolded with a predictable flurry of activity within the district attorney's office, where the latest homicide at the nightclub dominated discussions. The solemn atmosphere was punctuated by the presence of the police chief and high-ranking law enforcement officials, who convened with District Attorney Luis Hernandez to strategize on resolving the tragic and senseless crime. Amidst the clamor of urgent conversations and ringing phones, Luis Hernandez received a pivotal phone call that would alter the trajectory of the case. Acting swiftly, a task force was assembled to pursue a lead provided by an informant, directing them to focus their efforts on a condominium complex near the university. With precision and determination, the task force descended upon the identified location, executing search warrants and conducting thorough sweeps. Their efforts yielded a cache of contraband, including illicit drugs and firearms, underscoring the gravity of the situation at hand. Simultaneously, another contingent of law enforcement officers stormed the university grounds, their mission clear: apprehend the prime suspect in connection with the nightclub homicide. In a dramatic turn of events, Young was taken into custody, his arrest sending shockwaves through the campus community. As the events unfolded with rapid intensity, Eva found herself inadvertently drawn into the unfolding drama, bearing witness to Young's arrest. In a poignant moment of farewell, she managed to exchange a few last words with him before he was escorted away, leaving behind a palpable sense of uncertainty and disbelief in his wake. Chapter 13. Pisto Pop's casual lunch at a diner takes an unexpected turn when Eva's frantic voice spills out the events of the previous night at the club and the unfolding chaos at the university. Later that evening, amidst the warm glow of the dining table, District Attorney Luis Hernandez is enveloped in jovial conversation. Eva's aunt, captivated by Luis's tale of finally apprehending a suspect in the homicide case, adds to the ambience with her indulgent laughter. Yet, beneath the veneer of conviviality, tension simmers, palpable to all present. Luis keenly observes Eva's uneasy demeanor, sensing a shift in his children's behavior. As conversation turns, Luis directs his inquiries toward Eva, probing for details of her evening. The revelations from his children further stoke his mounting frustration, until it ignites into a fiery rage. In a sudden outburst, Luis's hand clenches around his glass, shattering it into 1,000 glittering shards, a metaphorical echo of the shattered trust in the room. With a swift exit, he leaves behind a stern admonition, forbidding Eva from any association with Young or Greenwood Records. Alone in his office, Luis seeks solace in a shot of brandy, the bitter liquid failing to soothe his frayed nerves. With a gesture of disdain, he hurls his goblet into the crackling fireplace, the clang of glass against stone punctuating his mounting turmoil. Chapter 14. Eva sets out from her home, her resolve firm, driving one of her uncle's cars to the Greenwood studio, her heart racing with urgency. Upon arrival, she presses the buzzer, the weight of the impending conversation heavy on her mind. Mike Flex's imposing figure meets her in the lobby, his demeanor tense, but Pisto Pop intervenes, guiding her safely into the office sanctuary. Seated in the office, Eva recounts the harrowing events of the previous night at the club, her voice steady despite the tumult swirling around her. As she divulges her uncle's involvement as the prosecuting attorney, a hushed intensity settles over the room, Mike Flex and Pisto Pop exchanging meaningful glances laden with mystery and intrigue. With the discussion concluded, Mike Flex and Pisto Pop escort Eva back to her car, their silent solidarity a reassuring presence in the midst of uncertainty. Meanwhile, back in the office, Pisto Pop wastes no time, dialing Show-Off to relay the urgent developments, while Mike Flex coordinates arrangements online for a visit to the jail to see Young, their actions a testament to their unwavering loyalty and determination to navigate the stormy seas ahead. Chapter 15. Show, Pisto Pop, and Mike Flex step into the Robert Presley Detention Center, each stride purposeful as they navigate through the security gate. The guards conduct a thorough search, scrutinizing every detail before allowing them access, their identities confirmed, and then they're ushered into a private meeting room. Young enters, his demeanor subdued, his wrists bound, clad in the standard-issue orange jumpsuit of incarceration. Aware of the room's surveillance, they choose their words carefully, offering Young their unwavering support while delicately broaching the subject of his predicament. They remind him of the familial connection between Eva and the prosecutor, emphasizing the gravity of the situation and the need for strategic action. His attorney, a silent sentinel of legal counsel, absorbs the discussion with a measured presence, offering assurances of further consultation. With their message delivered, Show-Off, Pisto Pop, and Mike Flex depart the detention center, their minds already shifting to the next steps in navigating this tumultuous ordeal. Meanwhile, Eva makes her way to the jail for her scheduled visit with Young. Separated by a glass partition, their interaction limited to the confines of a telephone line and a narrow window, they exchange greetings. Young's inquiry about her uncle, the district attorney, prompts Eva to assert her belief in his innocence, her voice tinged with uncertainty and concern. Then, with a hesitant resolve, she imparts her observation from that fateful night, acknowledging the presence of a firearm in Young's possession and its unsettling implications. Yet, amidst her apprehension, she expresses gratitude for the perceived protection it offered, a conflicted testament to the complexities of their relationship. Throughout Eva's confession, Young listens in stoic silence, absorbing her words without offering rebuttal. As their time draws to a close, Eva blows a tender kiss through the glass, a silent gesture of solidarity and affection in the face of adversity. Chapter 16. The following day, Show and Mike Flex glide to a halt in front of the Mission Inn, a popular lunchtime haunt for local attorneys. A discreet informant within the inn staff promptly alerted Mike Flex upon spotting Eva's uncle. The sleek 745i is valeted, and with purposeful strides, they make their way inside. Their contact discreetly signals them towards the presidential lounge, where Luis Hernandez is ensconced in a booth, sharing drinks with a shadowy associate from the underworld. Show-Off slides into the booth, his presence commanding attention, while Mike Flex stands sentinel behind him, a silent guardian. Luis and his lunch companion are taken aback, the former almost spilling his drink in surprise. After composing himself, Luis leans forward, questioning Show-Off's unexpected appearance, his tone laced with thinly veiled skepticism. Despite the tension, Show-Off maintains his composure, calmly addressing Luis's queries. As Luis begins to disparage Show-Off and his lineage, the air crackles with animosity. Show-Off's unwavering status within their familial circles serves as an unspoken shield, frustrating Luis and his associates. However, Show-Off wastes no time in cutting to the chase, questioning why Luis is obstructing Young's release from jail. Luis's facade of civility crumbles, revealing the simmering resentment beneath. He launches into a tirade, emphasizing the perceived threat that Greenwood poses to his business interests and the need to eradicate their influence, even if it means resorting to extreme measures. threats hang heavy in the air, underscored by the palpable tension between the two adversaries. Show off, unruffled by Lewis's outburst, leans in, his gaze unwavering as he calmly issues a warning of his own. Yet, before the confrontation can escalate further, a crimson beam of light catches Show Off's attention, a subtle signal of danger lurking in the shadows. With a calculated nod, Show Off finishes Lewis's drink, a silent testament to his defiance, before swiftly departing the scene with Mike Flex in tow. Chapter 17. District Attorney Luis Hernandez reclined in his home study, the amber glow of his cognac casting shadows across the room. As Eva passed by, he beckoned her in, her heart quickening at the sight of Hector lounging on the sofa. With a measured nod, she settled into the chair opposite her uncle's imposing desk, her mind racing with apprehension. With a sip of his drink, Lewis broached the subject at hand, his voice a low rumble in the room. He recounted Hector's version of events, claiming that Young was the perpetrator at the ill-fated party. Eva's disbelief surged as she struggled to comprehend the implications of her uncle's words. Lewis's ultimatum hung heavy in the air, the weight of his expectations pressing down on her. Feeling the weight of Hector's presence beside her, Eva recoiled, her resolve steeling against the pressure to comply. With a surge of defiance, she rose from her seat, her voice unwavering as she asserted her refusal to fabricate a testimony to incriminate Young. Her uncle's impassive gaze followed her departure, his fingers tapping thoughtfully against the polished surface of his desk. Left alone in the dimly lit study, Lewis reached for his phone, his fingers dialing a familiar number with practiced ease. As the line connected, he exchanged terse words with the warden of the detention center, setting a plan into motion with calculated precision. Chapter 18. The following day, a commanding figure from the Mexican Mafia received a summons to the warden's office at the detention center. Stepping into the warden's domain, he was met with a solemn gaze and a grave request. The warden, with a sense of urgency, expressed his desire for a solution to the Young predicament, seeking someone willing to carry out the deed on behalf of the sirs. The shot caller, well-versed in the inner workings of the prison hierarchy, knew just the inmate eager to prove his allegiance to the Southside faction. With a nod of assurance, he assured the warden that this matter would be swiftly dealt with, a pawn sacrificed in the dangerous game of prison politics. Meanwhile, Young found himself confined to his two-man cell, the air thick with tension as Cherokee, a fellow inmate, delivered a foreboding message. A newcomer, eager to make a name for himself, had set his sights on Young, sent by the rival Southside faction as their designated executioner. Stepping into the day room, Young confronted the intruder, his resolve unwavering in the face of impending danger. The tension between them hung palpable in the air as they exchanged words, a silent understanding passing between them. As the inmates were called back to their cells, Young steeled himself for the impending confrontation, channeling his nerves into physical preparation. With the clang of unlocking doors, the stage was set for the inevitable clash, every inmate in the holding tank keenly aware of the brewing conflict. When the rival inmate entered Young's cell, the battle ensued, a flurry of fists and desperation echoing in the confined space. Yet, to Young's surprise, his adversary abruptly surrendered, leaving him bewildered but triumphant. Unsatisfied with the outcome, the shot caller demanded a rematch, urging Young to seek retribution for the perceived injustice. With determination in his eyes, Young confronted the rival once more, the stakes higher and the tension thicker than ever. In a brutal exchange, blood was drawn, and the rival, defeated and humiliated, was swiftly transferred to another cell block, his failures a stain on his reputation within the ranks of the Mafia. Chapter 19. As Eva navigated the bustling corridors of her university toward her second class of the day, her mind preoccupied with lectures and assignments, Hector's sudden appearance halted her in her tracks. With an urgency in his voice, he drew her aside, his words pleading for reconciliation. In the muted backdrop of passing students, Hector expressed his earnest desire to salvage their friendship, his sincerity palpable in the air between them. But Eva, her gaze unwavering, stood resolute against Hector's entreaties. Each syllable she uttered carried the weight of finality as she firmly declared that their bond had withered beyond repair. With a graceful yet firm dismissal, she turned away, leaving Hector to grapple with the echoes of her rejection reverberating in the corridor. As night draped its cloak over the campus, Eva found herself cocooned in the soft embrace of her bed, the ambient glow of her phone casting gentle shadows across the room. With the juke joint hip-hop radio talk show playing softly in the background, she drifted into a realm of slumber. The voices of AR-15 and the other luminaries of Greenwood Records danced through the airwaves, their vibrant discussions weaving tales of musical prowess and camaraderie. Amidst the rhythmic cadence of their banter, the mention of Young's name brought a bittersweet pang to Eva's heart, a poignant reminder of the bonds she cherished and the ones she had forsaken. Chapter 20. The next day dawned with a somber weight as Young, clad in a meticulously tailored suit, was ushered into the courtroom. His parents stood vigilantly by his side, their faces etched with a mixture of concern and resolve. Among the sea of spectators, representatives from Greenwood Records stood steadfast, accompanied by Young's loyal friends, including Eva. On the opposing side, Hector loomed with a retinue of the victim's family members and Southside Record representatives, casting a shadow of tension over the proceedings. As the trial commenced, the District Attorney Luis Hernandez rose with an air of authority, his words resonating with conviction as he laid bare his case before the jury and judge. Eva was called to the witness stand, her presence a focal point in the unfolding drama. Under the intense scrutiny of the courtroom, she steadfastly maintained Young's innocence regarding the shooting at the club, though she acknowledged his possession of a firearm that fateful night, her testimony a delicate dance between loyalty and truth. The defense attorney took the stage, his probing questions aimed at unraveling the narrative of guilt woven by the prosecution. Eve's character came under scrutiny, her testimony sought to paint a portrait of Young as a man of integrity and virtue, challenging the prosecution's version of events. Then came Hector, his testimony dripping with animosity and accusation. He painted a vivid tableau of rivalry between Southside Records and Greenwood Records, casting Young as a disruptive force at the university and implicating him as the assailant in his cousin's tragic demise. Yet, under the relentless cross-examination, cracks began to surface in Hector's facade, his motives called into question, his testimony tainted by personal vendetta. In a climactic twist, a mysterious figure swept into the courtroom, commanding attention with her confident stride. She approached the district attorney, delivering a cryptic message and a manila envelope brimming with damning evidence. As the contents unfolded, the courtroom held its breath, the specter of scandal casting a pall over the proceedings. The district attorney's resolve wavered, his once imperious demeanor crumbling under the weight of revelation. With a heavy heart and trembling hands, the district attorney announced the dropping of charges against Young, citing newfound evidence exonerating him of all wrongdoing. A wave of relief washed over the courtroom, cries of jubilation mingling with murmurs of disbelief. Yet, amidst the celebration, the palpable tension lingered, casting a shadow over the victor's triumph. As Young emerged from the courtroom, the specter of injustice lifted from his shoulders, he was greeted by a chorus of cheers and applause. Yet, the echoes of tragedy reverberated in the hearts of the victim's friends and family, their grief a haunting reminder of lives irreparably altered. Chapter 21. As Eva meticulously packed her belongings, the weight of impending departure hung heavy in the air. Her aunt's embrace offered a moment of fleeting comfort, a bittersweet farewell that spoke volumes in its silent understanding. With a gentle kiss upon her cheek, her aunt's words echoed with empathy, a tender acknowledgement of the trials she had endured. Stepping out into the crisp morning air, Eve's path to the awaiting Uber was fraught with unspoken tension. The sight of her uncle, shutting the door to his office with a resolute finality, cast a shadow over her departure, a silent barrier between them as she embarked on her journey. As Eve's plane soared into the boundless expanse of the sky, Young emerged from the confines of his incarceration into a world transformed. Greeted by the opulence of a stretched excursion limousine, adorned with the trappings of newfound freedom, his senses were assailed by the heady mix of laughter, music, and swirling smoke. The allure of the unknown beckoned him forth, a promise of redemption and rebirth. High above the clouds, Eve's gaze was drawn to the window, where the vastness of the sky mirrored the tumult of her emotions. In the reflection, she caught a fleeting glimpse of herself intertwined with Young, a poignant reminder of the bond that transcended distance and time. Simultaneously, aboard a private jet bound for distant shores, Young's reflection mirrored Eve's, a silent testament to the intertwined destinies that fate had woven together. Amidst the pulsating energy of Atlanta's stage, the Greenwood Records crew awaited his arrival, a symphony of anticipation echoing in the air. As Young stepped into the spotlight alongside AR-15 and the rest of the Greenwood ensemble, the stage ignited with a blaze of lights and sound. In that moment, Eve's heart swelled with a sense of anticipation, her spirit entwined with Young's in a dance of destiny that defied the odds. Together, amidst the chaos and uncertainty, they stood united, ready to embrace the future that awaited them. THEND